Hello and welcome back. This is Lake Tahoe Television News. Both a bicyclist and a skateboarder were injured in South Lake Tahoe on Wednesday evening when the cyclist allegedly ran a red light. 20-year-old South Lake Tahoe resident Stephen Magelson was riding his bike southbound on Highway 50 near Heavenly Village Way. Police say Magelson attempted to run the red light and turn left onto Heavenly Village Way. The skateboarder, 23-year-old South Lake Tahoe resident Pablo Bobadilla, was in the crosswalk at the time and had the green light and walk signal. Bobadilla was brought to Barton Memorial Hospital with cuts and scrapes. Magelson was not wearing a bike helmet at the time and he received a head injury. He was unconscious when emergency responders showed up. Magelson was initially brought to Barton Memorial, but then was airlifted down to Renown Hospital in Reno because of the extent of his injuries. Police say Magelson was at fault in this collision because he ran the red light. On July 4th, a pedestrian was killed by a bicyclist in Truckee just before the fireworks show got underway at Donner Lake. A man was robbed just after leaving Whiskey Dick's Saloon in South Lake Tahoe. Around 2 in the morning on July 10th, a customer at the bar got into some sort of confrontation with two men. The victim tried to leave through a back door, but he was followed by the men, who then beat him up and stole his skateboard. Police are looking for the public's help in identifying the two suspects. Here are their pictures. If you know who they might be, you're urged to call the South Lake Tahoe Police Department. The bear population in California appears to be healthy and thriving, and this has prompted the California Department of Fish and Wildlife to issue a reminder to Sierra residents. Wildlife officials say the dry winter and early spring this year have been bringing more bears into residential areas sooner than normal. Bears apparently like to browse for food in residential areas, normally at the end of summer right before they hibernate. Fish and wildlife officials offer this advice to keep the bears at bay. Use bear-proof garbage cans. Put trash out in the morning rather than leaving it out all night. Don't leave your food in the car. Clean off those barbecue grills and keep your windows closed. Bears can even be attracted to the smells of suntan lotion, soap, and candles. They say the black bear population in California is now about 30,000. Now from bears to endangered species, Congressman McClintock, representing the 4th District of California, said in a speech delivered on the floor of the House of Representatives that the Greens have gone wild when it comes to the Endangered Species Act. He said a U.S. Fish and Wildlife proposal to label certain areas of the Sierra as critical habitat for two endangered species would impose what he called draconian new restrictions on uses such as grazing, mining, and timber harvesting interests. The two species that would be afforded protected habitat are the Sierra Nevada yellow-legged frog and the Yosemite toad. McClintock said the result of increasing the protected habitat for these animals would be severe and tragic to people, and he went on to say the obvious desire of the Fish and Wildlife proposal is to force the public off the public's land. Now, even though McClintock's speech appeared to support commercial interests involved with cutting down trees, strip mining, and cattle grazing, he said, "We have a sacred obligation to preserve and protect our public lands." The South Lake Tahoe Fire Department received a prestigious technology award by the Patient Care Reporting System. The award was given to the department to recognize its advanced patient care systems used by the paramedics. Now, only 5 agencies have received this award in the last 20 years. That's it for now from the Lake Tahoe Television News Studio. I'm Robert G. Scott.